Hello everyone, welcome to ITV Gold. I'm Neena Rana from Sai CPA Services. Today we are going to talk about business taxes, some tips Mr. Kumar is going to give you. Um, the first and foremost thing that we think about starting a business entity is like which type of business entity suits my situation and what state should I incorporate the business. There are different types of taxes in different states. So let's go to Mr. Kumar and see.
Absolutely. Again, welcome viewers. My name is AJ Kumar. I'm an accountant, a CPA at Sai CPA Services. We'll make your time worthwhile. As Neena mentioned, every business is concerned about taxes, how much the taxes are going to be. So first thing, the foremost, we want you to think about the taxes before you start the business, not at the end of the year, not after starting the business. And that's where the key comes, Neena, as what type of entity is best suited. Depending on the type of entity you choose, some of the business entity has double taxation. You pay the tax at the corporate level, then you pay the tax at the personal level. Some of the entities are flow through. Some of the entities file a separate tax return. Some of the entities are included on your personal taxes. So you need to know what type of entity suits your business situation. And that has to happen before you start the business, not at the end of the year, not after the tax season. So we'll talk about a lot about the business entities today.
Okay, Mr. Kumar, let's start with sole proprietorship.
Absolutely. Sole proprietorship is the easiest company to manage. This is the first type of company. We have 5 type of company and sole proprietor happens to be the first type of company. Sole proprietor is something that you manage yourself, 100% owned by one person. You technically do not need to have a separate registration for it. A single member LLC, single member meaning 100% owned by one person, that type of LLC is often referred as sole proprietorship. Taxes for these type of companies gets included along with your personal taxes. So you have to know, and you cannot be on the payroll for these type of companies. A single member LLC does not allow you to run your own payroll. You pay self-employment taxes on the net profit, not on the payroll. There is no payroll for the owner. You own the company 100%. There is no separate taxes for the sole proprietorship. So typically, hobby business, when you are starting a new business, when you don't really know how long the business is going to last, you just want to give it a try. That type of a situation is mainly suited for sole proprietorship.
So, Mr. Kumar, how about the partnership? Or maybe you can explain us the difference between C Corp and S Corp?
Absolutely, I'll be happy to. So a partnership technically has more than one person. In order to be partner, you have to have more than one person. So if you have an LLC with more than one owner, the tax return typically that we file, Neena, is referred as a partnership. Corporation is a different animal altogether. It has different set of rules, different obligations, different filing requirement. But take a step back. If you have one member LLC, we often refer it as a sole proprietorship. If you have more than one owner, we refer it as a partnership, right? So when we move to S Corp or C Corp, now we are in the corporate world. In a corporation, typically having the payroll is mandatory. You have to have board meetings. You have to record the minutes of the meeting. You have to have shareholders meeting. You have to have bylaws. Typically, managing a corporate company is slightly more expensive than managing an LLC, a partnership, or a proprietorship type of structure. So depending on what type of business you are, what type of situation you have, say for example, for typically professional corporation firm, CPAs, attorneys, doctors, you will find more corporations than the LLCs. For real estate companies, you will typically find more LLCs than the corporations.
So, Mr. Kumar, how does it matter what state we should choose?
That's a great question. Absolutely. You have the right to open the company, your business, in any of the 50 states. You don't have to be living in that state. So choosing the state is very important. The way we decide where you have an access. Let's say if you have an office in California, it makes sense for you to have the business registered in California. If you live in New Jersey, where is your warehouse? Where is your shipment? Where are the most sales coming from? So you have to be, all states have different tax liability, different filing obligation. Say, for example, if you have a New York State or New York City based S corporation, New York City does not recognize the S election. So your tax liability could be huge depending on your profit. So you have to know which state to choose depending on where you have the business being operated, where you have the nexus in the state, as opposed to randomly selected, I want to go Delaware. If you have a home in New Jersey, if your business is located in New Jersey and you are incorporating in Delaware, you will end up filing the Delaware taxes as well as New Jersey taxes.
So, Mr. Kumar, one more question I have, like, can we use car or any truck for business purposes?
Absolutely. Why not? You can definitely have a car or a truck under the business name. You can actually buy the car under the business name where the title is under the business name, or you can have the car title under your name and then deduct either the standard mileage or the actual expenses. We'll have a separate episode completely focused on buying the car under the business name or not. You have to be concerned about it because there are a lot of benefits of having the title under the business name, but there are a lot of downside as well. For example, getting the insurance may be difficult. If God forbid something is to go wrong with the vehicle, the company can be sued. So you have to be careful which way to go and you have to weigh out the pros and cons for having the car under the business name.
So, Mr. Kumar, you gave a lot of information about businesses. What is the last tax tip that you want us to remember?
Well, yes. Sometimes it gets overwhelming. When we have these type of episode, we give out lot of information in a very small time frame. The last thing you say, Nina, well, don't think about the taxes at the end of the year only. You have to keep taxes on your mind. You have to keep thinking about the taxes. While you are thinking about the taxes during the year, you have a lot of opportunities. You know what profit you are going to make in the year. You can do a lot of retirement contribution, SCP, IRA, 401k, solo retirement plans. You have to know what your benefits are. You have to know the rules. You have to watch the tax shows. You have to understand the tax laws, what's applicable in your case. The planning starts during the year. Before the year ends, I advise all the clients, small business clients, Nina, to do this tax planning during September, October, when they have enough year. They know what the profit is going to be. At the end of the year in February, March, a lot of time is too late to be doing any planning. So for all small business owners, please keep tax in mind. Keep watching ITV Gold. My name is AJ Kumar. I'm an accountant, a CPA. We are here for you. For any question, please write back to us. Thank you.